it is done, it is set in stone, you have your building, like you're ready to open, then you can let people know. And even then, you still don't have to let them know because it's not their business. Hey guys, this is your girl Misha and I'm back with another video. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a video on how to live a private life and 10 things to not tell people. So I have my notes right here that I'm going to read off on. It's just in bullet points, but yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. I know that a lot of us sometimes love to overshare, like when we're talking to our friends or we're talking to family members, like we just get to oversharing. But at times oversharing our life and our personal information is not always a good thing, because most of the times you don't know what people really have in their heart and how they really feel towards you. So sometimes you might feel like you're giving them information about you just because, you just want to have a conversation with them, or just to see like how they feel about a situation, or just to get their advice, like whatever the case is. Sometimes it is not always good to overshare with the wrong persons. Sometimes you might be sharing information with the right persons, but most of the time, some of the people that we're sharing information with do not want our best interests at heart. So the first thing that you should not share with people is your financial situation. So that goes for your income, how much income you make, how good you're living financially, the things that you're able to afford financially, like whatever it is when it comes to money, how much income you make. You have to be really careful of discussing financial situations or financial statuses with people, because you might feel like you just want to share with the person, like let's say it could be your cousin. You just want to share with them like how much money you're making from your job. Sometimes people will get jealous when they hear good news about you. So if you have a cousin or a friend that is not making as much money as you, just you letting them know how much money you're making, it wouldn't happen all the time, but most of the times it does happen. Like people, they get jealous. So it's like the saying, people want you to do good, but they never want you to do better than them. So it's like when people hear that, oh, you're making X amount of money and they're making way less than you, like they get in their feelings and they feel like, who is you to be making all that money? And even if you might not make them feel like you're acting like you're better than them, in their head they're going to project that on you, and then they're just going to have a hatred towards you, and like their negative energy and all that. So that is one of the things that you really have to be careful when you are discussing income and finances with people. Like just try to not let them know about your financial status and how much money you're making and so on. The next thing to not tell people is every single detail about your relationship. When it comes to good news, like issues, like me, for example, before I would tell my friends, I would tell my brothers like certain things that was going on in my relationship. And then I realized after a while, like your friends and your family, they never let go of the situations that you tell them when it comes to your relationship. And then sometimes it might come off like they have a hatred towards the person that you're with. And that would have been avoided if you really didn't tell them anything about your relationship, because that's just how relationships are. You're going to go through ups and downs, you're going to go through things, and you just have to learn to discuss it with your partner and just try to see how best you guys can work it out together. But when it comes to telling it to other people, especially your family members, it kind of like, it's like they always hold on to it. So it's best to not tell it to them. And then sometimes, like, if you have like friends that are not in relationships, or they're in relationships and they're unhappy, just telling them the good news about your relationship, like, just them knowing how good your relationship is, sometimes it creates jealousy. Sometimes they start to hate your relationship because of that, and it's a lot of bad energy and negative energy. And then you're going to be wondering like why your relationship is going downhill, why things are not working out anymore. And it's really because of people, like their negative energy, and they not wanting your relationship to work out, or they might even go as far as trying to put problems. And like, some people are just bad mind, and you cannot help it. So the best that you can do most of the times is just be private when it comes to certain things and certain aspects of your life. The next thing to not tell people about is family drama. So I feel like charity begins at home. So when it comes to your family, like, you have to be loyal to your family. I know there are some situations where you have to speak about it, like traumas and certain things that went on with family that you maybe have to talk to a therapist about, or so on. Those I understand. But like, if you had a disagreement with your sister, or you had issues with your brother, like certain things, it's just not meant for everybody to know. Like, just let your family situations be within your family. Every time when you go out and you tell friends what you go through with your family, or you go online and you post what your family is going through, like, it really doesn't make sense. Because at the end of the day, who is, like, the way it comes off is like, who are you even loyal to? Like, even if you get into a situation with your family, like, everybody doesn't need to know that. Charity begins at home, and the least that you can do is just try to be loyal to your family. Some people might look at it like, I know some people have really bad relationships with their families, and that's understandable, but at the end of the day, family is important. Well, for me, family is important, and I just feel like there are certain things that even if I have issues with my brothers or my mother or whatever, I'm not going to go all around and let people know, or let my friends know. Like, it's not important, because most of the times they too have family issues and they're not going to tell you. So your life plans, and that includes your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, like whatever you want to achieve in life. So your life plans should really be kept to you. Everybody does not need to know what you want to do with your life, what you plan on doing 5 years from now. Like, if you, let's say you want to start a trucking company, you don't have to go tell all your friends, oh, I want to start a trucking company in like 2 years. Like, some things it's best to just keep it to yourself, work on it, plan on how you're going to achieve it. And then once it is accomplished, once it is done, it is set in stone, then you can go ahead and let people know. Or you still don't even have to let them know, just let them see on their own. Because when you let people know what you really want to do in your life, there are a lot of negative people, and a lot of people that don't have the drive to want more in life. So just you letting them know that you want more in life, you don't really want to work a 9 to 5 your entire life, just you letting them know like you're different and you plan on doing bigger things in life, they're going to feel like, who is you to want better than me? Even if you didn't tell that to them, but just you expressing that you want more in life, they're going to feel offended. They're going to have negative energy about it, and it's just best to just keep it to yourself. Or sometimes too, they might even discourage your plans. Like, I know it happens to a lot of people where they go tell their brothers or their mother or even their friends, like, I want to open a salon, or I want to start doing lashes, or whatever it is that they want to do. They let their family know just to see if they would encourage them, or like be like, like, yeah, I think you should go do it. And most times they're like, oh, but who's going to come to you? Where are you going to get the money to start it off? Like, they're always questioning your plans and trying to demotivate you. So that's why it's best, if you plan on doing something in life, it is best to keep it to yourself. Plan on how you're going to execute it. Do what you need to do to get it done. And once it is done, it is set in stone. You have your building, like you're ready to open, then you can let people know. And even then, you still don't have to let them know, because it's not their business. Eventually, they will see your success. Next one is pregnancy. For me, I was pregnant 2 times, and the first time I was excited and we let almost all our family members know. And by then, I think I was in my first trimester, and then it was so many bad things that started happening. Like my daughter, she could have been born way earlier, where she would not have survived, or if she did survive, like she would have development problems. She was still born premature, but I had already took certain shots that were needed to be taken to develop her heart and her brain, so she's okay. But I just say that to say that, especially your pregnancy during the first trimester, it is not always advised to let people know that you are pregnant, because you really don't know what people wish in their hearts for you. Like, you don't know what somebody else is going through. You could tell a friend that you're pregnant, you're going to have a baby, and they maybe have been trying to have a child for the last 5 years or the last 10 years, and just because they're not able to conceive, you don't know what they would do behind doors to prevent you from having your baby, or be wishing bad luck on you. So it's best to ensure that everything is set in stone, and at least you go through the second trimester and everything is okay, and then you can let people know. But for me, with my second pregnancy, I really didn't let a lot of people know. Like, I waited until I was like 8 months before I started letting like all my friends know. I was just so afraid because of what happened during the first pregnancy. I did not want to let people know. So that's why I say, like, when it comes to pregnancy, it is best to at least try to keep the first trimester to yourself, and then once everything is okay, then you can let people know. Next big one is buying a house or a car. So, like with us buying our house, it came with so much negativity, so much bad energy, so much hatred from people. Like, these are the times when you succeed in life. That's the times you see the colors, the true colors of the people around you. You see who's really rooting for you, who really wants the best for you, and who is negative about you upgrading in life, and who doesn't want good for you, and who, because they can do better for themselves in life, they're going to be negative about you moving forward in life, or you getting something for yourself. Like, people really don't care how hard you work, so long as they feel like you don't deserve something. That's all they care about. They don't care how much you put in the effort to get what you want to get in life. They just feel like you don't deserve it, and you don't deserve it. So that's why when it comes to buying things, especially like houses and cars, like, just get it first before you let people know about it, because people can do so much behind closed doors and say so much things. Like, there's like, if I really have to talk about what we are going through, but it's a lot. Like, just people are really negative when it comes to people doing good in life. So something as good as getting a house for yourself, like, just make sure you have everything in place first before you let people know your plans, because they will go to extents to stop you. A new or a better job. Don't let people in your job, like your coworkers, your friends, that's maybe been stuck in jobs where they're not making as much money. Like, I know it's really sad not being able to share good news to people, but it's not about you not wanting to share it to them. It's about you protecting yourself and you protecting what you have, because life more and more as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that life is really more spiritual than it is natural. Like, people do a lot of things spiritually to stop you, mainly because it's the devil's plan to not see you prosper in life. So he will use people around you, especially people around you, to stop you from moving forward in life, from having faith in God, and from wanting to achieve better in life, because that's just how he operates. Like, the devil likes to see people unhappy, miserable, sad, like not having faith in God, not believing in God. So that's why it's really important to know what you're sharing with people and with who that you're sharing it with, because a lot of the people that are around you, some of them are really there just to listen to what you have going on in life and to listen to what new plans that life has for you, just to pay attention, just to monitor you and what's going on in your life so that they can stop you. So that's why, as sad as it is best to keep certain things that's going on, especially the good things. It is best to keep the good things that are going on in your life to yourself as much as you can, because people will go to extents to stop you. That's why getting a new job or getting a better job, like, just ensure that you get it first, because they will go miles to stop you from getting that job. Or just try your best to at least get it first, and then you will let them know. But before you get something, don't go around letting everybody know what's going on in your life. And then another one that we have been seeing recently is your location. Like, we all seen what happened to a lot of famous people online. They're sharing their location and what happens to them. Like, sometimes you never really know who's watching you and who really wants bad for you. So it's best to, when it comes to information with your location, or if you're going, like if you're traveling, like, don't let everybody know all your details, like when you're going to travel, what time you're traveling, what airline you're taking, what time you're going to the airport, where you're going to, what time you're going to land, what activities. Like, they don't need to know all that. If you're going to Japan, well, let them know, next month I'm going to Japan. Like, they don't have to know every specific detail. Like, they don't have to know every detail. That is not their business. It's your business. They will see when you post your pictures and whatever, when you're no longer there, or whatever the case is. But just try your best to not let people know everything. Like, they will still see eventually. When they see, they see. But try to live in the moment and enjoy what you have, and just enjoy certain things for yourself before you just go ahead and let people know, hoping that they're going to congratulate you and be happy for you, because most times they're not happy for you. Your flaws and your insecurities. A lot of times, especially women, like, they're friends with other women, and we share a lot with our friends. And then sometimes, like, there's a lot of fake friends that's in some of us friends group. So sometimes you feel like you're sharing information with a friend just to have a conversation and just for them to maybe encourage you and to boost your ego. So letting them know your flaws and your insecurities, sometimes it's not always good, because a lot of times I see that female friends, when the friendship is over, that's when they will spill a lot of information about you. They'll go online and let people know, like, oh yeah, you were doing this and you were doing that, and or they will try to use it as talk, like try to shade you or bad talk you with people. So certain things, like, you really don't have to tell your friends everything. Some things you can keep it to yourself, like your flaws and your insecurities. Like, everybody don't have to know what you don't like about yourself. It's something that you don't like about you, and then when you tell people about it, like, they know that you don't like that about yourself, and then they can use it against you. They can be like, oh yeah, whatever, and try to make you feel bad. So it's best to just try your best to keep your flaws and your insecurities to yourself. Your secrets. It was similar to what I was just saying about friends and them no longer being friends. Some things you really don't have to let people know. Like the other day I was watching a TikTok and I saw a girl was like, oh, like they're playing the Listen But We Don't Judge, and she said that she had 8 abortions. Like, some information people really don't need to know. Like, I don't know how to say, but like some things you really have to try to keep it to yourself because people can use it against you. I know some people don't care and they're like open books and they don't care, like even if people know whatever, but everybody don't have to know everything about you. So when it comes to your secrets, they're your secrets for a reason. And you might think today that you're trusting this person to let them know your secret, and tomorrow that person is your enemy and that secret is no longer your secret. So that's why it's best to just keep it to yourself. Tell it to yourself. Be your best friend and tell yourself your secrets. At least you share it with yourself, you know? So yeah, those are really the 10 things that you really should not tell people, especially if you're trying to learn how to stop oversharing and how to be more private. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys in my next video.